Hello there my beloved Batties, and welcome to another episode of Truth Behind the Tale, the series where I take a look at some of our most famous fairy tales and delve into their real world historical and cultural origins. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Gingerbread Man. The original story of the Gingerbread Man, entitled The Gingerbread Boy, appeared in the May 1875 issue of St. Nicholas magazine. Its premise has remained relatively unchanged over time. A childless old woman bakes a gingerbread man who comes to life and runs away, evading her husband, several farmhands and farm animals before being caught by a fox and eaten. His famous phrase in the original version isn't "run, run, run as fast as you can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man," but instead, "I've run away from a little old woman, a little old man, and I can run away from you, I can." The author of this version is unknown, but they attested that they heard it from a girl in Maine who had told it to the author's children, who had thought it was worth preserving. The girl mentioned that an old lady told it to her, but tracing this particular source any further back with any certainty has proven difficult. There are, however, several variants on the tale of runaway food, which can be found in the folktales of Germany, Britain, Eastern Europe and the United States. In several areas such as France, Germany and Scandinavia, it appears as a kind of pancake, while in Slavic Europe a ball of bread dough named kolobok manages to avoid being eaten. There are a couple of stories from Hungary and Russia, however, which turn the tale on its head. The Hungarian tale is called the Little Dumpling, but the character isn't actually a dumpling at all. He's a type of head cheese or meat jelly, and instead of running away from the animals which threaten to eat him, he is actually the one who eats them. He first eats the family that made him, and then rolls along the road and eats a whole army. The last of his victims is a swineherd, whose knife cuts open the dumpling from the inside and frees everybody, who all then run home. In another variation of this story, the dumpling eats so many people that he actually explodes. The similar Russian tale of the creation eating its way through a number of people is called the clay guy, and follows essentially the same formula, except it's a clay child rather than a kind of food, and it's destroyed by a goat who rams him and shatters him into pieces. Another story similar to the Russian one can also be found in Czech. 15 years after the 1875 story, Joseph Jacobs released a new version in his English fairy tales collection, inspired by a version from the American Journal of Folklore. It was called Johnny Cake, and returns to the popular image of the runaway food being eaten by a fox. The main differences are that the Johnny Cake rolls along the road rather than running, and the fox is able to eat him by pretending to be deaf and claiming that it can't hear the taunts that nobody can catch the cake. 4 years later, Jacobs recorded another variant from Scotland called the Wee Bannock, focusing on a bannock, which is a kind of flat, quick bread. The tale continued to grow throughout the 20th century, eventually settling into the modern version we're most familiar with today. It spawned many adaptations, variants and parodies, sometimes even drawing on the pancake motif or using other foodstuffs such as tortillas, latkes, rice cakes and even a stinky cheese man. It's a simple tale from a simple beginning, but which continues to bring joy to food lovers and mischief makers all over the world. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Truth Behind the Tale. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a very yummy thumbs up if you did. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single episode. The next episode of Truth Behind the Tale will be coming on the last Tuesday of next month. I want to thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you all again very soon in another video. Bye!